guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are trying out one of the new collections released from ColourPop just in time for spring, and it is the Heavy Petal collection. I did pick up a couple other things that ColourPop has released recently and use those items as well. Before we jump into it though, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications and videos. If you like this video, make sure you get a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got my eye look and what lip products I'm using from ColourPop, just keep watching. Okay, so just in time for spring, I picked up the ColourPop Heavy Petal collection. So there is an eyeshadow palette. There's some lip colors that I picked up. There were Super Shock shadows that had been released prior to it that I also picked up because there were some shades in there that I wanted to just kind of replace in my collection. So I did that, but this is the palette. It has a really pretty color story. Very pale shades, but then there's also some deeper shades to just kind of smoke it out a little bit if you wanted to. Okay, looking at the swatches for this eyeshadow palette, the shades are really stunning. The shade Hyacinth, which is that purpley iridescent shade, is one of my favorites, as well as the pressed glitter Thrive, but then also the shade So Sprung. It's quite interesting. It has a beautiful shift. The matte shades are, I mean, they swatched okay, but sometimes and most times swatches don't determine how they're going to work and perform. But I think this color story is really pretty, and I have a couple shades I want to play with today. Now for the three Jelly Matte shadows, I really like the Jelly Matte shadows because they're a creamy formula, they go on so smoothly, and they are so shiny and beautiful. My favorite out of it is the one in the middle, Mystical, which is kind of the rose gold shade, whereas Field of Fairies, which is the lightest shade on the left, that one is very pale and pretty, would be really nice on the brow bone or even like dabbing it on as a highlighter. And Brentwood, it's not necessarily a shade I would go for, but I picked it up because it was in a bundle and I want to use it to just be out of my comfort zone with those bronzy orange type of shades. And then of course there are 4 Luxe lip creams. These are so shiny and beautiful. The shade that I'm gravitating towards the most is the third one in the shade Pink Bouquet. It's more of a pinky mauve shade, whereas the lightest shade, Fleur You, is like a pale pink, and then the deepest shade is more of like a plummy raspberry, if that makes any sense. But the shades are really pretty. They went on so smoothly, and I'm really excited to try them out. Okay, I think I have a way forward, and for my first shade, the first shade I'm going to use is Peony, which is just a really pretty pinky shade. It does look like it has gold, pink glitter in there. Oh, it's pink and gold. There's a lot of kick up, and then there's not a mirror in the palette. That's not a big deal. So I always have one on hand. This is just gonna go into the crease. There is a lighter shade, which is Floral Feels. It's pretty pale, so I didn't want a chance that it didn't show up. I think this is going to go into my outer V right here as well. The nice thing is I'm not seeing like really chunky glitter. It's so finely milled that if you are not a huge fan of like glitter in your crease, you're not going to be angry by this shade. Okay, that's a good start. I'm going to go into the shade Feeling Grounded. This is kind of like that purpley burgundy shade, but this has blue and green glitter in it, I think. I'm gonna use my compacted smudge brush because I don't want this one to like really floof everywhere. Yeah, there's glitter in it. I don't know if you can see it. This year I think I've been doing pretty good with not like over purchasing or purchasing just because it was released. I've actually been having issues with, okay, what am I gonna shoot and film because I haven't been just purchasing every new release. Let me know down below. Maybe I'll check them out and pick them up. But I've been trying to at least like pick up things that I think I will get some use out of and not just purchase them to clutter my drawers. I'm gonna go back into Peony a little bit just on the outer edge and put some of that pink back in. And now into the shade Potty Mix, which is a flat matte brown. And I'm just going to use my pencil brush from, what is it, Sigma? This is the E30. Just in the outer corner, smoke it up a little bit. Today has been a very chill day. My back has been killing me, and I actually just had an x-ray on it last week. I'm supposed to have physical therapy tomorrow and see like what's wrong with it, because it's been killing me. So this morning I took it easy getting up and everything. Snuggled with Sochi for a little bit because she won't come around if Luke's dog Dixon is around. He wants to be her friend. She doesn't want anything to do with them. So on the weekends is really when she'll like come and snuggle. And this morning I took it easy and she came and snuggled and curled up, and I binge watched, what was it, The Night Agent on Netflix, which if you like action-packed TV series, that was actually really good. I wanted to see the end of it. I just wanted to see what happened next. Go watch it if you like action-packed and conspiracy theory type of shows where the bad guy is the inner workings of hierarchy. I don't know. Go check it out. I really liked it. But today's been just kind of relaxed and chilled, and I knew I needed to film. I knew I wanted to try this palette out. That's pretty, because you got the pinky just peeking through. Had the smokiness of the brown. I do want to use the Super Shock Shadow in Mystical, which, look how stunning that is. Like, I want to use the glitter that's in the palette, Thrive. It's beautiful, but I also really want to use the Super Shock Shadow. Keep this plastic disc that they always talk about. It will help your shades last. Look how stunning that is. And it is something that you can like build up to. What shows have you been watching? I know there's a bunch of like new ones coming out, but that one just popped up on Netflix as a recommendation, and I couldn't stop watching it. I'm gonna have to put the burgundy back in a little bit because I took it too far out, but I really like how it is, and it's kind of peeking through right here. Okay, you guys, so I've got my base products done. If you want to know what other products I use in addition to what I talk about on camera, they are listed down below in the drop down box, so definitely look down there. Most videos have those products, but we need to finish off this under eye. I'm gonna go into Peony. This is gonna go the entire length under the eye. It's just a really pretty pale pink, and it kind of matches my sweater, which I say this palette came out just in time for spring as I'm wearing a sweater. I mean, it's 65 degrees here, so I guess I don't really need to wear a sweater, but I was feeling it today. I'm gonna go into the shade Feeling Grounded, which is that burgundy purpley shade. And even though there's chunky glitter in here, it does not seem to be showing up as much. Ooh, that shade is really pretty when it smudges out. Anyone else liking this shade? And then into the shade Potting Mix. And we're gonna do that little pencil brush. Just a smidge. I don't want to mess up like that beautiful purpley shade. And then I'm just gonna, right here on the edge, I'm gonna put Feeling Grounded back in there a little bit. I really like, this kind of gives me, was it Poison Ivy vibes from Batman and Robin. Let me do brows, liner, mascara, and I'll be back for lips. So of course, while I'm doing my eyeliner and mascara, I realized I forgot to do my inner corner and my brow bone. Now thankfully, there is a shade in the palette that I think would be perfect for it, and it's this shade right here, Full Sun. So I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. It kind of has like a pink underhue, which I like. I really like how my eyes turned out. Now for lips, I chose the shade Pink Bouquet. And then I line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I was trying to find a shade match in like a ColourPop Louis pencil, and I wasn't finding it. Ooh, that is so creamy on the lips. See, and my lips are weird. I really like this shade. I don't know that it's like my favorite with this eye look. Probably would have went a little more like neutral, but It's not a bad match. It's also not like what I would wear with my peach sweater, but I like how it turned out. I do like how creamy the lipstick is and shiny. It's really pretty. I'm loving how my eyes turned out. I really like this shade, kind of just like that pinky romantic, and the Super Shock Shadow Mystical that I used. Absolutely fabulous. But you guys, this is the final look. I want to know your opinion. Do you plan on picking up this palette? Do you want anything from the collection? Let me know your thoughts. I'm really digging my eyes, but I also, be realistic, I do have these shades in other palettes, I'm sure. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.